Well, I'm back with another drop of the Pink Link episode, and it's definitely a pleasure to show up here on Wednesdays every week and just have powerful, innovative, next level conversations with the K. And I know you all see my guest there, Dee Mathis at Shoe Solution 6. So I do want to introduce him, and then I would definitely turn it over to him so he can tell you all more. So I'm going to do the pleasure of reading off his bio. Dee Mathis was raised in South Georgia until the age of 11. Lived on 123 acres of land until he moved to Atlanta, Georgia. He took his Southern roots and Christian values with him. Atlanta gave him abundance of inspiration to work for himself. With a background of sales and retail management, it prepared him for entrepreneurship. Since 2003, he has single-handedly provided for himself and family without W-2s. Husband and father of 3 keeps him busy outside of his ambitious mindset. Wow. So, Dee Mathis, could you just introduce yourself to the people? Like, I love this bio. Like, you've been in Georgia all your life. You know, many times you meet people, they're not from Georgia. And so you move from South Georgia to Atlanta, Georgia. And just tell the people more about yourself.
Okay. All right. Well, my name is Dee Mathis. And actually, I was originally born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I lived there till I was 1 year old. And then I moved back to South Georgia, where my mother is originally from. And it was awesome living there because it really taught me a lot about hard work and the value of a dollar that's just been instilled in me. So adding that and moving to Atlanta, where you get a chance to learn how the big city is functioning, be more street savvy, mixing that with some of my Southern values, it really prepared me for being able to be in any kind of room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's very, interesting. Because still, I feel like you're a native. Like, you might be born here, but you've been here like pretty much all your life. And so, just being raised up with the Southern roots and things like that, and then moving to Atlanta, it kind of reminds me of myself. Though I was born in Jackson, Mississippi. So it's a big difference, but still, and then moving to Atlanta was like moving to a baby New York for myself too. It's like I'm in a big city now. And so like you said, just getting yourself in a different environment. So was it you just growing up and seeing how so many Black people, were striving in Atlanta, and that was your desire to go into business yourself? Or what brought you to, your entrepreneur mindset and endeavors?
Well, growing up as a kid, I knew I didn't want to work with my hands, right? And I didn't want to have a job. So I didn't quite have the understanding of what entrepreneurship was as a kid, but I did know I didn't want to be on a farm, right? I didn't want to be working with my hands, like picking peas and watermelons and things of that nature, right? But I also didn't want to have a trade, right? So my dad was a roofer. My uncle did mason work. So I've seen the men in my family, work from morning to night, right? Or till the sun went down. And I didn't want that to be my life. So when I moved to Atlanta, I seen some other visions. So when I got in high school, about 11th, 12th grade, I started taking business management, marketing classes. And then that intrigued me to say, okay, this is what my future is going to look like. And so when I eventually got to about 19, 20 years old, I started looking at retail management. And to me, that made a better fit for me, to where, I could dress how I wanted to at work. I can work decent hours, come home without being so exhausted. So I still had that balance of family time.
Right. I love that. And so, and I love how you said you saw what they was doing and you start creating a different vision for yourself.
Right.
You was inspired by that work ethic, but you was like, I don't want to do that. That ain't something I want to do. Because I know, as a kid, like either you can see what people are doing and then you fall into that same, cycle of doing what your parents did, your grandparents did, and you took it upon yourself to start doing different things, which has brought you to, becoming this Shoe Solution 6. I love when you say you have the shoe of the day. So just got to go there. And just providing you for your family in a different way. And so could you tell us more about, those things, the eBay store that you have? And,
Okay.
even if you can, I want to see a shoe of the day. Do you have a shoe of the day? Huh?
No, actually I don't. I do have one of my hats. This is a product that I have. This is selling very well. I don't know if you can see it well, but it's a floral print Nike hat, and it's I think the ideal customer is maybe in California and they skateboard. So this is what that hat is for. And then what I'm really excited about is some of my own products, and that's something I started doing a little over a year ago. I've been in sales 20 years plus. I've sold all kind of products, anywhere from furniture to burial plots, right?
Wow.
Anything under the sun, I probably have sold it. And until I was in this community, of course, I was in Derek Grace program a while
Wow.
back, and then I joined Sleep for Circus with David Shins. And in this community, it started to inspire me to have my own product versus always selling someone else's product. So this is one of my first T-shirt designs. It's called Prayer
Wow.
Warriors.
I love that. Go ahead. Congrats.
So I have that one in white as well. And then I came up with my second T-shirt design, which is my sneakerhead collection, because I've sold shoes down there 20 years of my life almost. So this
Wow.
is my sneakerhead shirt. I have this one in
Oh,
4
yeah.
colors.
Yeah, you need that shirt. Yeah. Congrats on that. Congrats on that.
So my next products will be courses, ebooks, physical books, things that'll teach you how to open up your eBay store, how to flip storage units, how to make money from garage sales, how to turn trash into cash. These will be my future products that I'm working on.
Wow. Congratulations on what you have done and what you're going to be doing. So you taking that business class just because think of business, growing up, suit and maybe working corporate, but you taking business and things like that just develop you to just get into business for yourself. And so how did you just find out about doing this eBay stuff that you were doing and developing that niche?
Okay, so I had a friend of mine. He started opening up his eBay store in 2009. So I noticed one day he was selling some used shoes, and he cleaned the shoes up well and put like tissue paper in it and brought that shoe back to life. And he sold it on eBay. So I waited a couple of years and I kept watching. I noticed, I said, well, it seems like anybody will buy almost anything on eBay. And that way intrigued me to get started. So in 2013, I jumped off the front porch and I got started. And of course, I bumped my head. I didn't know quite what I was doing. So I ended up selling a couple of items for like break-even value or almost lost profit because I didn't know all the different standards of being able to sell. But after about 6 months, I got the hang of it, and it's been a good ride ever since.
Wow. And so you've been self-employed business owner since 2003.
Correct.
2020. That's almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Congrats. Like, wow. Like, that's amazing. Have you soaked that in?
Yeah. It's not a big accomplishment compared to my future.
Yeah, I get that. But you gotta celebrate. You gotta celebrate along the way. You gotta celebrate.
I am.
Gotta celebrate those 20 years. Like, that's magnificent. Yes. And then to be still striving and, I know you still have certain goals you want to reach, but, where you are still is significant,
Right. I definitely try not to, talk down on my accomplishments. And I'm very ambitious. And I say about a year ago, I feel like I'm having a rebirth.
Right.
So I don't even count my old wins. I'm humble to what I've accomplished, but I'm so hungry for what I'm preparing for in the future that I'm just moving forward. So I'm not even counting my old wins in the past.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like that. I can dig that, and that keeps you just that fire lit,
Yes.
You done that, now you're doing this and you're waiting for the, next celebratory moment. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna go to next? Let me see. For as you know, I saw one time you was doing the storage unit. So are you still into that as well?
Yes, currently I'm actually writing a book about flipping storage units and how prosperous can be for someone who's have a small amount of funds to get started, and teach them about entrepreneurship.
Okay. Sounds amazing. So you got like 3 different courses from the eBay to the storage units to what else? What else you doing?
Those are my main 2 that I would like to discuss on this podcast. And like I said, I have my eBay store. Then I also have my flipping storage units. It's something I've been doing since 2010. I actually had about a year in before the show came out, Storage Wars. So the show itself is actually about 70% real compared to what it's like being physically there. And that's been a great ride too. It's fun and exciting. But my future is going to be based about having like my own program, not a landing page, but a funnel where it just be all about my products. And that's going to be very impressive for me.
Yes. I can't wait to see it. I already know it's going to be lit. Because I mean, hey, if you watching this, someone who has been doing this for, we're going to say 20 years, you got to know his stuff. And it's going to really just definitely grow into something awesome. So let's give him a round of applause if you're watching on those, future blessings and endeavors that's going to be coming his way and just going to be pouring, into his life. And so what did you do to stay grounded and, for your health, your well-being, around being a business owner? Like, people think it's easy, it's, but it's a lot that you have to do for keeping it up and running, making sure you're making the dollars, and things like that. So how do you keep yourself grounded? Excuse me, I have been drinking some ginger tea and it's just breaking some stuff up.
Okay. All right. So I focus on happiness, and that's something that I really learned from Derek Grace a couple of years ago. Happiness and self-love more. That's something that was not taught to me. That's something that I didn't pick up throughout childhood or as I became an adult. And I practice it a lot more now, because I always would put most of my energy into my family if it wasn't my business, and I would always come last. And now with my new mindset, I make sure that I'm focusing on that balance on a regular basis. So my 3 favorite things I do throughout the year is I go to beaches, right? I love being on the beach, absolutely doing nothing. I love Mexican restaurants. So I probably go there every Friday night. You can catch me in a restaurant. And I love going to concerts.
Yes. So just ways to fill yourself up. And he's so right. Like growing up, when you said, you didn't see a lot of happiness, you did see a lot of more complaints or the negativity, or the gossip, the drama, and, as you get older, you learn new things and you start to see how those things just affect you. Like, that ain't what I want to be continue to put out. I need to find a different trajectory for my own mindset. And you were saying that you was kind of putting yourself last. So I want to elaborate on that because it just went off. But and you were saying, what were we? Because y'all, I had a little technical difficulty right then. So what was I saying? Well, yeah, you were saying about focusing on yourself more and not putting yourself last. And I always like to say good to and for me, and it's not selfish, and that's not mean just it's all about me all the time. But in order to be good, for someone else, my children, my mate or whomever, or business clients and all of those things, I have to put me first. Because if I ain't put me first, then how can I be good for you? I'd be a little agitated, I'd be a little out of whack, So if I'm not getting enough sleep, if I'm not feeling my body, doing what I need to mentally and spiritually for myself, then it's going to be harder to pour into you and do for you if I'm not well, And so that's what I like to always just emphasize. It's not that you're being selfish. It's selfish if you only do for yourself and no one else.
Correct. I got it.
Yeah, and so that just threw me off. The thing had disconnected some kind of way. And so So do you have things that you do outside of that? Like each morning, do you have a morning regimen?
I was doing pretty well, and I've slacked out the last few months. So usually I would start off my morning with gratitude. So before I even get all the way out of bed, I just think to myself how grateful I am for waking up and being in the position that I am now. You know, my wife stays with me and my youngest daughter stays with me. I have a nice home. I have a vehicle that I trust to get me from A to B. So I start off with gratitude, right? And I was writing down things that I would dream about if I could remember my dream. I would write down 3 things that I'm thankful for. And then I would also start journaling for about 15 minutes somewhere in the morning of the day. So it won't be exactly when I wake up, but before my day really got started, I would do some journaling for 15 minutes. And that's something that somebody suggested to me in the morning meetup, because I was looking for something that would intrigue me for my future, to get my passion and all of that kind of combined with making money. Because as of right now, when it came to my eBay store, it was only a source of income. It wasn't something that I had planned to do that just makes me smile all day or that I'm excited about. It was just a source of income to be able to provide for my family.
It wasn't purposeful for you as your own brand of prayer warrior.
Correct.
Right. It's a big difference. And shout out to the morning meetup. We gotta just do that. We gotta plug that. If you're not a member, join. I definitely drop, some. You got your affiliate link, because I can drop it below.
Well, I think it's not good anymore because we move into the app. So they're working on a new system for affiliate.
Oh, okay.
But currently it is in my bio on Shoe Solution 6 on Instagram. So the link is there as well.
Yes. And so you were saying that how you and when you were saying, I was smiling because last night I dreamed that I had a big old walk-in closet full of shoes. And I've been like thinking about that dream because I'm into dreams too, like really just paying attention in your dreams, because especially when you're asking for things, you're able to there show up in your dreams. I was asking for some things, and literally my dream like gave me the answer. So I'm definitely big on paying attention to your dreams, and if you can remember your dream, try and see what that means. And I mean, they put some nice shoes, but and so I was like, oh, shoes and purses like everywhere, and it was like I was literally in that closet. So I was like smiling when you saying that, like, remember your dream? I'm like, what was that all about? Okay, new house. And so another thing you said that you were saying journaling, in the mornings and things like that. So and being more purposeful. And so the difference between having a source of income just for the money and then doing something, and then your purpose also prosper you to where you can profit.
Right.
It's a big difference. Like you feel better. Like someone was telling me I should have just kept my cleaning service. And though, when I grew up, I would clean and make dollars here and there. I was like, okay, I should go into this. But I knew even when I was cleaning for the dollar, like it was just for me, it was a quick way to make some money too, and yeah, maybe someday I'll do it again, and hire on some people. But what I do now is more purposeful for me. It's more meaningful. It's not about the dollar. Though I know God blessed me to prosper in this area, will and continue to prosper. So I get you there. Like, you want to be doing something that you feel good waking up doing. And yeah, you can still do what you're doing, for us, making the money, but you want to still be more purposeful in your life. So are you feeling better that you just, have that balance there where you're making a living, but also making purpose for, on your journey?
Yeah, well, the biggest picture for me is that I'm excited about being on the right track. Even if I'm moving at a slow pace, I don't want to be moving fast in the wrong direction. So I'm okay with where I'm at now in the sense of knowing that I'm moving towards legacy mode, which is very important to me. So it's not about how much money that, I accumulate in my checking account, it's all about my values, my integrity. What I instill in them that you can't purchase anywhere.
You said, am I skipping? But you said your values, your integrity. Okay, can you hear me now? Because I want people to get it. You said your values, your integrity, and what else mattered?
Yeah, basically, I was saying about my legacy. I want to make sure that I'm not just leaving money that's in my checking account, instilling the character in my kids, what I stand for, passing down, what I think that a person should stand for myself anyway, not what other people should do, just what I think is important in life. And sometimes we don't get a chance to have valuable conversations with family members. We just have conversations, kind of like dinner talk, but not the things that will really take them far in life. And that's what I've been working on these last few years. So I'm very intentional now with my family members, like my mom. I just had a good conversation with her last night. I picked her up from the airport, and I was talking about, some things that could have rubbed her the wrong way, but I just figured it was the truth, and I needed her to hear it.
Mm-hmm. I love that, and having those conversations, not holding back and then feeling like, well, that's old stuff. But sometimes you have to revisit certain things to be able to move forward. It's not staying in the past or being stuck in the past, but for you to be able to let go and really just walk into the newness of your own journey in life, you have to maybe address certain things, to gain that understanding, that clarity for you to, let it go, forgive, and move forward with your life. So I commend that, having that conversation with your mom. And sometimes conversations are not comfortable, but hey, you got to do what's best for you. And mom has to know it's in love. It's not, in anything that, is, anything outside of being loving. And that's part of it. So, Mr. Dee Mathis, so what would you tell someone, trying to step into this entrepreneurship journey and, and get started, maybe selling on eBay or whatever, while in their journey? What would you say to them?
I would say if you have a job, then you can still run your eBay store or just get started selling on eBay. I'm not a person who says, okay, just throw your whole life out the window and let eBay be your savior, right? I think it's important to have like that balance and like security. All of these things are important in life. So with eBay, my first suggestion I always say to people is start off selling the things that you do not want in your home. And if I ask that question, most people would overlook so many different treasures that they have in their home, whether that's in your attic, garage, your closet. A fun for you to do something else in life.
Okay. Oh, the thing went out. Am I skipping?
A little bit. It's like freezing up, but it'll come and go.
Okay. Well, I apologize, you all, but we about to wrap it up. And so he just said, start within your home, right?
Yes.
In your attic, look in your basement, look in your closet. You don't have to go out buying things, at a lower cost, but start where you are and place those things on there so that you can then get started and see how, it's going to work for you.
Yes, yes. And I'm gonna tell you something. We can be sentimental to some of our valuables, even if we don't want them, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be your kid clothes, and the kid have outgrew the clothes already. So it really has no value, but someone else really need those clothes because they really don't have the budget to buy those clothes brand new. So for example, I dress my daughter in a lot of Ralph Lauren polo, right? So the sweater may cost me $30 for a brand new sweater, but I sell mine for $14.99 or $12.99 and gently used condition. Mm-hmm. And I have a make me an offer option on my eBay store. So you as the customer could come in and say, well, would you accept $10 for this sweater? And I can either agree or disagree, or I can counter. And if I agree, now you have a sweater for your child that's in great condition for only $10. And you can do the same with your items at home.
Oh, wow. Okay. See there? Simple. It's simple. And so with that being said, you got to tell the people how to reach you once again, and just reiterate some of the things that you would like the audience to know.
Okay, first you can definitely reach me on Instagram. That's my main social media platform that I'm on, and that's at Shoe Solution 6. That's also on Facebook at Shoe Solution 6. If you want to email me, you can email me at oneshoesolutions@gmail.com if you want to contact me. And now you can also send me a private message if you have any questions about eBay, or you have an item that you're currently unsure of what you think the value is. You know it's worth something, but you're unclear of what you should try to sell it for. Even if you want to put it on another platform like Facebook Marketplace, Offers Up, 5 Mile, Let Go, and some of these other platforms, you can utilize those as well. And what I want to leave you with is that eBay is not necessarily about the money that you can make that adds to your checking account or your saving account, but I also want you to keep it in mind that it can be that train or that vehicle for that goal that you want. So for example, I like to go to the beach at least once or twice a year. So for example, a Panama City trip in Florida may cost you $1,500 for a few days, whatever that may be. Now you can sell enough products of your used stuff, your hidden treasure that's already in your home within 3 to 6 months to come up with $1,500 to pay for your vacation every year. That could be your only source, the reason that you decided to open your eBay account today. Just keep that in mind, that can be your vehicle for something that you want to do in the future.
Wow, I need to get on eBay. I want to get to Hawaii this year. Let me start. Let me get in that closet. And so
yes, today.
I know. I'm thinking like all the stuff that I need to get rid of, and I donate. But hey, it's okay to donate some items and sell some items, y'all.
Yes.
And
yes.
so with that being said, I'm hearing a Ching. So is that like, I ain't trying to be in your business, but it's like I heard some Ching over there.
So yes, that's my my eBay app. Somebody buying something.
You got to put us up on this. Like I've heard Ching like 3 or 4 times.
Yes, you know, the most beautiful thing about that cha-ching sound is when you on vacation, or you're at a nice event like a wedding, right? Or you on a cruise, you know, you're in the middle of the ocean, that thing steady chinging, and you just living life.
Right, like we gotta have to highlight this. Like all I'm hearing is Ching. I'm like, is that the eBay purchases? What? Like it's like a slot machine. I hear Ching. I'm like, I'm gonna ask what that sound is. Like I'm gonna be in your business over there.
Well, see, that's gonna be you in a few weeks, and once you start listing your stuff on your
I'm definitely gonna let you know, because I'm gonna put some on there. I'm gonna have to hit you up myself. And so
all right, do that.
Definitely been a pleasure. Definitely pleasure having you on, Dee Mathis at Shoe Solution 6. For just coming on, sharing, you know, what you do and your gems with us. We definitely appreciate that. I hope I ain't breaking up still. I'm trying to let the thing catch up.
Okay, you doing okay? You good?
Okay, great. And so I would definitely drop out his info below. And so, you know, you all know what I always say, you are great. And that life that you desire, you create. You see, he's been creating this life that he's desiring, you know, 20 years. Hey, it's up to you. And y'all know to like, comment, share, support, subscribe to the Pink Link Podcast. I'm creating over here, you know, and creation does involve others. So, hey, I definitely welcome your support. So, y'all have a blessed one. Blessings on blessings to you. Thank you for watching.